Welcome back to Physio Corner, the podcast that breaks down athletes' injuries and their road to recovery. As a physio, we see an athlete of Latrell Mitchell's caliber go down, especially with a back issue. It raises a lot of questions about the nature of the injury. There have been a few reports over the last couple of days that Latrell has been ruled out of the Indigenous round with a pinched nerve. It's a tough blow, especially since he's only just returned from a quad injury. So I want to break down what a pinched nerve really means in a sporting context. It sounds bad, a pinched nerve, but it's often used to describe the nerve root irritation or compression of the vertebra or the discs in the lower back. Sometimes it can cause symptoms like pain, numbness, tingling, any weakness down the leg. Because rugby league, it's such a high impact tackle, like tackling and then explosive movements, the spine's under a lot of constant stress. So that's likely some factors that may have contributed to Latrell Mitchell's injury. Generally, the pathophysiology, the lower back's going to be a bit more spasmy. It's going to be a bit tender, a bit sore to touch. If Latrell was to bend or extend his back, it might be a bit sore. Generally, in terms of prognosis, the medical staff at the Rabbitohs think that he'll be back within the week, which is great news. Generally, if I see this in clinic, it'll be about 4 to 5 weeks. The symptoms of that I just mentioned before generally start to get better quite quickly. I guess what the medical staff and what Coach Wayne Bennett will be thinking is he back to 100%? Is he being able to run, sprint, be explosive and perform at that high level in the NRL? So the next step, so let's break it down into a few different steps, thinking about it from a physiotherapy protocol. So step number 1 would be symptom resolution, so ensuring that the pain and nerve-related symptoms are completely gone. So generally that would take a couple of days to reduce that muscle spasm. A slow graded return to training, so reintroducing movements, so low impact exercises, then gradually progressing to those rugby specific drills, running shapes, stepping, those types of movements, sprinting as well, change of direction. Then moving on to strength and conditioning. So a big focus would be on core stability and strengthening muscles that support the spine, so like your glutes, your core, with a major emphasis to prevent re-injury. And then step number 4 would be technique refinement. So working with coaches and physios to ensure that the tackling technique is great, especially in contact and then post-contact, and to be as efficient and as safe as possible. Considering mentally as well, Latrell has had a few injury setbacks, which can be incredibly frustrating for a player. So it's important that his return is carefully managed to build his confidence back up and that he doesn't rush to get back in too soon. The fact that the team's hopeful for a return next week is a positive sign, but it's a delicate balance between rushing him back and then ensuring that he's fully fit to avoid more serious concerns. But that's all, another episode for Physio Corner, and thank you for tuning in.
Do you want to replay it before you send it?